You're listening to an indie wrestling podcast with Gary and Sean, featuring Eddie Stone.
Welcome to IWP. So Sean will give you your first question. Off you go, Sean.
Hello.
Yeah, so David, for those that don't know you, maybe our listeners out there from abroad or whatnot, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
Yeah, from Banbridge, County Down, up north. Been wrestling now probably 2.5 years. Wrestle in most promotions in Ireland now. I've wrestled for Main Stage, Wrestling.ie, Fight Factory, Pro Wrestling Ulster, Uprising, and tomorrow I make my OTT debut. So yeah, we're going pretty well.
Yeah, good stuff. You're in a 6-man tag tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah,
That's right.
myself, Gavin Fitz, Russell Dempster against Kings of the North. So
yeah, big match.
yeah, big match. I've had my fair share of run-ins with the Kings over the past few years, so yeah, it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, we went to the first Contender show now and it was quite good. Unfortunately, we can't go, so we're kind of a bit disappointed we can't see a few of the matches tomorrow. It's an absolute...
Well, on demand.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
exactly.
So, you said you've been wrestling for 2.5 years there. Have you a favourite match of your career so far?
Yes, I've went on record to say it many times. Curtis Murray, myself and Curtis at Pro Wrestling Ulster. It was Breaking Hearts and Body Parts, the event was called. Yeah, that's definitely the standout for me so far. Me and Curtis basically just went at it, something to prove, and it's been the best match of my career so far.
Excellent. As a wrestling fan, what would you say your favourite match is?
There's a lot to choose from. I'm gonna go with Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Halloween Havoc.
Excellent personal favourite of mine as well.
Yeah, absolutely everything that they done that night worked and it clicked. The chemistry there that night was unbelievable.
So, for some of the people that don't know who you are, what kind of style do you wrestle as?
Style I wrestle?
Yeah, would you be a high flyer?
Me, high flying? No.
Are you a dive or a headlock guy, as the Twitter controversy went?
Technical style mixed with a wee bit of brawling. If you watch, William Regal was perfect for it, the perfect mix of aggression and technical. So I've tried to mirror myself a bit of that sort of style.
Oh, good stuff.
Excellent. Do you have any hobbies outside of wrestling?
No. Wrestling is basically it for me. I spend that much time, much of my personal time doing it, training. I don't really have that much time for other hobbies, to be fair.
Good stuff. So, as growing up, who would have been your childhood hero?
I'm gonna go Eddie Guerrero. Is the guy that I attached to. I think he was the perfect mix of everything. He could have you loving him 1 second, hating him the next. Able to do comedy, able to do vicious heel. Guerrero was, I think, the perfect all-round wrestler.
There you go.
Excellent. So what actually drew you into wrestling in the first place?
When I was young, growing up, it was actually my brother that introduced me to it. He watched it when he was younger. So that introduction to it, and it never really left. I was addicted then. I actually started training when I was 21. Done it for a few months. Didn't work out at that time. So took some time out, went back, got myself into a bit of better shape and gave it a bash, and it's working out really, really well this time. So yeah, I got the wrestling bug.
Recently, you got a sponsorship deal. Would you like to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, it's Unchained Muscle. It's just a company out of the UK, specialise in gym clothing. So if you check out my social media, like my Twitter and my Instagram, I have a discount code on there that you can use if anyone's interested in any gym clothing. Just throwing it out there.
So yeah, back to matches. What dream match would you like to have with anyone in the future or past?
At the minute, in the UK, I'm gonna say Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is unreal. At the minute, Pete's on fire. If I get the chance to cross paths with Pete Dunne, I don't know, that'd be perfect. But from the past, so many names. Oh, God, you've got like even the likes of Mr. Perfect, like Kurt Hennig was unreal, ahead of his time. There's too many names to choose from. I could be here all day.
Yeah, I think a lot of us would.
Yeah. So, if you weren't wrestling, what would you actually be doing? Would you be doing anything or?
I'll not go into too much detail about it, but I actually turned down quite a comfortable living, like a decent job, so I did to actually pursue wrestling. So if it wasn't wrestling, I'd probably be doing that. But yeah, see how far wrestling takes me here, and hopefully this will be the job.
So what do you think of the current state of Irish wrestling at the moment, Eddie?
If like this time 2.5 years ago when I was just starting training, if you would have said to me now like Irish wrestling would have been in this like boom, I wouldn't have believed you. Like OTT selling out the National Stadium, like that speaks volumes for Irish wrestling on its own. Now with the introduction of Uprising Wrestling as well in the north, OTT in Belfast as well. Irish wrestling's on fire, so it is. The only way is up from here. Just keep climbing and climbing.
So yeah, speaking of OTT, obviously you're fighting tomorrow, but would you like to be kind of go on the main show, like in terms of a national stadium?
That is the goal, is to be on that OTT main roster. Hopefully tomorrow's not the first and done. I'm planning on being on as many OTT shows as I can. I just want to strive to work and be that bit better every single time I go out there. So, yeah, OTT, I want the main shows, definitely. That the Tivoli crowd is one of the best crowds I've seen in wrestling over here. They're probably the best crowd in Ireland to wrestle in front of.
So here, I'm going to give you a controversial question here. Who is the better referee, Niall Fox or Tommy McNulty?
Hands down, Niall Fox. Foxy.
Oh,
Foxy takes it.
Oh, I think there's going to be some problems now.
Handbags on, the zebras go to war.
Right,
So, having wrestled in many companies up and down Ireland, do you have any kind of road or backstage stories that you're allowed to share?
No, that might get a bit more controversial if I start sharing.
Controversial, the better.
Not get us in trouble now.
Nothing springs to mind. All I can say is just don't travel with Duncan disorderly. God, like, I'll not go into too much detail about that one, but yeah.
Awesome. So, in terms of the UK, what promotions would you like to go into later in your career?
You've got like the likes of one that's on the rise now again. Seen them popping up every now and then. Is TNT over in Liverpool, I think.
Oh yeah.
Those guys have got a lot coming up. Lucha Forever as well.
That's a good. Yeah, I've seen TNT as well. Yeah, because obviously the Kings are starting to get kind of some coverage over there now the last couple of months.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of upstart promotions coming up in the UK. There's Apex Wrestling as well. Another up and coming company, and obviously then you've got your established ones. I'd love a bash at ICW and Progress.
Yeah, there's a few other. I think Fight Club Pro now. That's one that's really kind of starting to kind of get some traction now the last year or so. It's obviously with the big names going through it, like Tyler, Pete, and Trent, I should say. Trevin, yeah. So, do you have any more questions?
If you say you were given the booker's pencil for a night, if you could book one match that you'd like to see, what would it be?
Oh.
Like anybody.
God. Anybody?
Yeah, anyone you can.
Anyone. Any timeline, any wrestling company, no limits, just go book a match.
We never ever got to see The Rock versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I think
the match we
that
never
would
got.
be
Yeah.
one for me. Rock, Shawn Michaels, or else CM Punk, Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dream match for many
The
fans, actually.
promos alone for Austin Punk would be unbelievable.
Yeah, the guys don't even need to touch it in terms of just promos alone.
Pure promo work would be excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, final question actually, in terms of it, would you give any advice to anyone that is getting into the business?
Get as much ring time as possible, as much gym time as possible. Stick at it. Doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of time and dedication. I think a lot of new trainees come in and think that they're gonna, do a few sessions and be ready for a show. It took me 7 months training. Like I was training 4 days a week, 5-6 days in the gym, 7 months before I got on a show. So it just takes time and patience.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Eddie, for your time, and obviously good luck tomorrow with OTT.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
And yes, that was the brilliant Eddie Stone.
Yes, indeed.
That was really good.
Comfortable, Eddie Stone.
It was really good.
To thank him for being so patient with us, especially after all the technical difficulties last week. And that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously don't forget to comment, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, youtube.com/indie wrestling podcast, facebook.com/indie wrestling pod, and then on Twitter
at indie_pod. And Eddie himself can be found on Twitter at Eddie_Stone. So check him out. Yeah, you'll be impressed. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see more of David, obviously, or Eddie, I should say. My apologies. Kayfabe there.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, we can't go to the show, obviously,
We will be checking it out, though. Absolutely, we will be checking it out in the future, giving our thoughts on it.
Most definitely. So yes, hopefully in about 2 more weeks we'll have another interview for you guys. So until then,
indeed.
take it easy.